She is sitting right next to you, and still feels alone. You hear her voice, but you do not feel her heart. You see her body in the room, but you have not truly seen her in a long time. And the silence between you, it is getting louder every day. You may think everything is fine. You are present. You are providing. You are not cheating. You are not abusive. So what is the problem? The problem is not always what you are doing wrong. Sometimes, it is what you are no longer doing at all. And your wife feels it. She feels the distance in your silence. She feels the absence in your attention. She feels the emptiness in your presence. And the most painful part, she may not even know how to explain it to you anymore. Because every time she tries, it turns into an argument, or a defense, or a shutdown. So now, she just carries it alone. The Bible says in Genesis 2:18, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." But here is the truth we often miss. Loneliness is not cured by proximity. It is cured by connection. Your wife does not just need you in the same house. She needs you in the same emotional space. She does not just need your provision. She needs your presence. Not the kind that sits on the couch scrolling your phone, but the kind that leans in, listens, and feels. Because a woman can sleep beside you every night, and still cry herself to sleep inside. You might say, "But I am doing my best." And maybe you are, but your best in action, without your heart in it, still feels empty to her. Because love is not measured by effort alone. It is measured by experience. What does she feel when she is with you? Does she feel safe? Does she feel seen? Does she feel heard? Or does she feel like she is interrupting your peace just by having emotions? The Bible says in Ephesians 5:25, "Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and gave himself for it." Christ did not just exist beside the church. He sacrificed. He pursued. He listened. He cared deeply. He was present, and not just physically, emotionally, spiritually, intentionally. That is the standard, not perfection, but presence. Your wife does not need a perfect man. She needs a present one. You may win every argument. You may prove every point. You may always be right. But if she feels alone, you are losing something far more important. Because marriage is not about being right. It is about being united. And unity cannot survive emotional distance. Think about this. When was the last time you asked her how she was really doing? And waited long enough to hear the truth? When was the last time you held her, without rushing the moment? When was the last time you looked into her eyes? Not as your wife, but as a woman who still needs love, attention, and reassurance. You see her every day. But do you notice her? You hear her words. But do you understand her pain? Because sometimes, she is not asking for solutions. She is asking for connection. But instead of listening, you fix. Instead of feeling, you defend. Instead of staying, you withdraw. And slowly, she stops trying. Not because she does not care, but because it hurts too much to keep reaching and not being met. The Bible says in 1 Peter 3:7, "Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, that your prayers be not hindered." Do you hear that? Dwell with her according to knowledge. That means study her, understand her, learn her fears, know her heart. Not once, not when you were dating, but continuously. Because she is growing, she is changing, she is evolving. And if you are not growing with her, you will slowly grow apart from her. She may still smile. She may still cook. She may still take care of the home. But inside, she is drifting, and you might not notice. Until the distance becomes too wide to cross easily. Loneliness in marriage is dangerous. Not because it always leads to separation, but because it slowly kills intimacy. And without intimacy, you are just roommates with responsibilities. That is not what God designed. Marriage was meant to reflect connection, partnership, oneness, not silent suffering. Your wife is not just your partner in life. She is your partner in soul. And when her soul feels alone, something sacred is being neglected. You might be thinking, she should understand me. She should be more patient. She should not expect so much. But ask yourself this: when did love become about lowering expectations instead of raising commitment? When did connection become optional? You do not ignore a wound and expect it to heal. You tend to it. And your marriage needs tending. It needs attention. It needs care. It needs intentional love, not just when things are good, but especially when things feel distant. Because distance does not fix itself. It grows. In silence. Your wife may not say it every day, but her heart is speaking. In her quiet moments, in her tired eyes, in her withdrawn energy, she is asking, "Do you still see me? Do I still matter to you? Are you still here, with me?" And how you respond will shape the future of your marriage. Not your words alone, but your actions. Because love is not just spoken. It is shown, it is felt, it is experienced. You cannot outsource emotional connection. You cannot delay it. You cannot assume it will always be there. It must be built, daily, even in small ways. A conversation, a touch, a moment of attention. These things seem small, but they carry great weight. Because they say, I see you, I hear you, I choose you, again. And that choice, it matters more than you realize. Because your wife is not asking for perfection. She is asking for presence. Not a man who never fails, but a man who shows up. Even when he is tired. Even when he does not fully understand. Even when it is uncomfortable. That is love, real love, the kind that reflects Christ. He did not walk away when it was hard. He leaned in. And your marriage needs that same spirit. Lean in. When she talks, listen. When she withdraws, reach. When she feels alone, remind her she is not. Because if you do not, the silence will. And silence can be louder than words. Do not wait until she stops trying. Do not wait until she stops caring. Do not wait until her heart closes. Because by then, you will not be asking how to fix distance. You will be asking how you lost connection. And the answer will be simple. You were there, but not truly present. You were beside her, but not with her. And she felt it, every single day. So today, choose differently. Put down the distractions. Slow down your pace. Look at her, really look. Ask her how she is, and mean it. Stay long enough to hear her heart. Not to respond, but to understand. Because understanding is the bridge to connection. And connection is the cure for loneliness. Your wife does not want to feel alone anymore. Not in a world full of people. Not in a house full of responsibilities. And certainly not in a marriage where she is supposed to feel most loved. You have the power to change that. Not with grand gestures, but with consistent presence. Because love is not proven in moments. It is proven in patterns. So let your pattern change. Let your presence deepen. Let your love be felt again. And watch what happens when your wife no longer feels alone, but truly seen, known, and cherished. That is where marriage comes alive. That is where love grows again. And that is where God's design for your union begins to flourish.